Welcome to the Information Security Master blog. I'm going to provide a briefing on this video. Gigi probably is not going to say anything. Today we're going to discuss the inclusive ransomware that has been attacking several of the Florida-based, hopefully we're in good, municipalities. One in South Florida, one in Northwest Florida, have been reported as paying ransomware ransoms through their municipal insurance. I do not believe that any information security professional, as well as the FBI, would recommend this. I believe they recommend do not pay the ransom. But if you're worried about ransomware and you have an issue with such, I'm here to help you. And the WFTV Channel 9 Orlando piece in the last couple of days barely briefly addressed all the ransomware. The big point taken away from Christopher Heath's piece was that you should have backups and they should be pristine. Let me emphasize that your backups must be verified to not have any ransomware or viruses, etc. contained in them. Secondly, you must make sure that you can restore your backups and that your staff, your IT staff, knows how to do so. In the event of some ransomware, which in all likelihood will distribute itself throughout your organization, you may have to restore everything, all your workstations and all your servers. This may mean that you could possibly have to replace all of your servers, possibly all of your workstations. A workaround for that situation is replacing all your hard drives. However, that means what IT calls a bare metal restoration, meaning you're building it from the scratch. So you will have to figure out which path you want to do. The reason for this is because anything that is infected with your ransomware cannot be trusted. It cannot be restored to. Even if you put a restore over an infected server or an infected workstation of any type, you possibly still could be reinfected by that software, by that malicious ransomware, that is. So you cannot trust anything. You may have to replace everything. You need to think about this in advance, which is one of the big reasons why prevention is your biggest benefit. Now, big thing about prevention. Much of this ransomware is transmitted and brought into your organization by phishing emails, P-H-I-S-H. Spear phishing, turbo phishing, whale phishing, variety of terms are being used because phishing started off as this one little thing and now it's a bunch of other things also. You must protect that aspect. There are several aspects to prevention of phishing being successful. One is training your users, and that continues with testing, sending test emails to your users to make sure that when there's something that's blatantly a phishing email, that they do not click on that. In my experience, I've had users who have a specific job to their local government agency and they receive emails from foreign countries with invoices, and they go look at the invoice. First off, they have very little, almost zero, nearly zero reason to look at something from a foreign country, and they have no reason in their job title to look at an invoice. Now, there are places within Florida, because it's a mecca, a central nexus for entertainment. We have Busch Gardens in Tampa, the Walt Disney and Universal and SeaWorld in Orlando, Miami, Key West, etc. They're all attractions. So you, as a municipality, may have a reason to consider something from a foreign national. However, those should be exceptions, even if you have a person from India or Russia who got a speeding ticket in your area. Quarantine it, review it manually, check it to make sure that there's nothing malicious attached, then process it. apologies to those persons who have speeding tickets or whatever other infraction, who are from other places in the world, but this is a basic protection. The way you need to address these types of things is either to have a cloud-based scan of your email before it comes on premise, because not all email scan signatures are up to date in time. Now, the way to address that is that regardless of whether you have fantastically successful anti-malware, antivirus software, you need to have fantastically qualified staff who will go out to a variety of intelligence sites, such as the ISC, Internet Storm Center by SANS, Threat Connect, Threat Post, Recorded Future, etc. And I've listed some of these elsewhere. But they go to these sites on a daily basis to find out what's going to hit them today, because you're not going to get a virus definition, a new signature, till tomorrow. So those people need to be able to look and find what is available to attacking them today and freeze, declare. Okay, everybody, hands off the keyboard. Step away from the keyboard. We have a problem. And if it turns out to be a false reaction, that should be celebrated, not criticized. Okay, because you don't know what is going to hit you. You have an infinite number of sources with an infinite number of attacks attacking you. Okay, so you have to do the best you can. So, okay, great. You need to learn from your lessons, and you need to have people with good judgment, but they need to be authorized to react quickly to a potential new attack that is occurring before you get a new signature to antivirus. So anyways, phishing emails, there are vendors, I've mentioned this in my other blogs, there are vendors that will do tests, send emails out to test your staff to see if they are aware of what a phishing looks like and things like that. And there are other vendors that can fill in these different gaps that I've mentioned here. You must be diligent. It's much, much better to be prepared and to be searching for problems than to have insurance and hopefully pay for a ransomware attack by means of your insurance, because you do not know if the ransom people, the hackers, are actually going to hold up their end of the deal. Now, I've gone probably over my time, and there's probably more that I can talk about. I'm really just focusing on the key points that were brought up in this new piece by Christopher Heath on WFTV Channel 9 Orlando. If you have other issues or other concerns, if there's other comments on how to protect against ransomware, please reply to the Information Security Master. InformationSecurity.master is my Gmail. You can also find me on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. The YouTube account channel, that is YouTube channel for Information.Security. Infosecurity.master at Gmail, infosecurity.master@gmail.com, and this YouTube site is another way to communicate. I hope that you do never encounter ransomware. I have, and I hope that if you do have ransomware, give me a holler and let's eradicate this from the world. Anyways, hope this makes sense. Gigi says goodbye.